Mays.
Okay. Thank you all so much for tuning in with Let's Talk About Real Estate with Area Mays. We are excited that you are here today with us online, whether you be online with us or on Facebook, on social media. We appreciate you tuning in. And we want to do a shout out for the Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation for allowing us this opportunity. It's always a great time to invest in real estate. The real estate market is still booming. We're in the very busy season. When you're in the months of March to September, we're in the very active business season. So we really encourage anyone who wants to purchase a home to go ahead and get pre-approved so you can buy your new home, dream home, or if you want to sell a house, then you can call a real estate agent, call me. I can help you with the selling of your house, letting you know how to stage it and what you need to do to prepare to get it sold. So we're in an exciting time. The interest rates are still where they typically are. Some people are getting interest rates as low as about 5.75, 5.50, which of course we consider that as being good, considering that in the past few months, possibly that the rates was as high as about 7 and 6%. So now is a great time to take advantage of the real estate market. You got down payment assistance. Some places you have 100% loans available. So we can meet your needs with whatever you need in the real estate business. So feel free to give me a call. My number should be down below so that you all can call me if you have any questions pertaining to real estate. If you want to know how to get prepared to purchase a home in the future, feel free to call me and let me know, and we can discuss the process of purchasing a home or selling a home. We just believe that real estate investment is a generational wealth. So buying real estate is a very good investment that can be passed down to your children's, grandchildren's. You can take advantage of the equity in your home and take advantage of being a home ownership versus renting. When you're renting, you paying the bill for somebody else. But when you're buying a house, you put money in your pocket. So that's what investing into real estate means, and it's a very good opportunity to be able to purchase real estate. And today we have two guests online with us. We have Seth with First American Home Warranty, and we have Ernest Spencer, who is a home inspector, appraisal, and a new construction inspector. And some of you may not know that when you're purchasing a new home, you need a new home, a new construction home inspector. And we'll go into that a little bit more into details when Spencer talk. But before Spencer talk, we're gonna let Seth talk. Seth is with First American Home Warranty. We encourage you to get a home warranty on your house. What happens is that it helps you so that if you have big ticket items that break down, you may not have to come out of pocket with as much money as you possibly would have had to come out of pocket if you didn't have a home warranty. It also covers your appliances. So having a home warranty is such a good benefit for homeowners. And whether you buying a house or you're an existing homeowner, you can still have a home warranty. So we want to encourage you to invest in a home warranty. We want to encourage you to call Seth with First American Home Warranty. And Seth is going to give us some details about the home warranty. Seth, are you there?
Yeah, I actually pulled my car over so there would be no more background noise.
Okay, good deal. I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
talk some.
Okay. Yeah. Hey guys, my name is Seth Locker. Sorry, I'm not on camera today. I'm in my car. But my name is Seth Locker. I'm the area manager for First American Home Warranty. I've been doing this job for 7 years in May. Can you believe it's been 7 years? Man. So First American, we have robust coverages. We cover everything. We cover, you know, people all the time say, well, what do you not cover? Check this out. Anything that your State Farm, Allstate Insurance Agency covers, we don't cover. Anything that they don't cover, we cover. So what does State Farm cover? State Farm covers acts of God. They cover windows, walls, hail damage, shingles blown off your roof, tornadoes, floods. State Farm covers all that stuff. We cover things inside the home. We cover like your kitchen fridge, your washer, your dryer, your plumbing, your electrical, your garage door, your springs, your hinges, your knobs, your rollers. We cover plumbing stoppages, electrical outlets, anything inside that house that has a motor or a clock or a timer or a switch. We cover inside the house. Um, so let's talk about some plans. Our Eagle Premier is $695. If you're purchasing a home, that is a first year real estate price. Guess what? If you're not purchasing a home and you say, wow, I really like what I heard on this call today, you can still get the Eagle Premier for $695. But you got to go through your realtor. And guess who that is? Area Mays. Look, Area, I'm going to give you a plug real quick. I do a lot of business with Area. She's a great agent. I'm not saying that because she does business with me. I'm going to tell you that I've been doing this a while and I hear other agents. And when they order the warranty, I always ask them, who is the agent on the other side of the deal? And every time they say it's Area Mays, you know what they say? She is so good to work with. My transaction was seamless. She made it easy. Some agents out there are difficult, not Area. She wanted to get the house sold. She agreed upon repairs. Area, I'm being serious. I keep hearing good things about you as an agent. And therefore, all these people on this call should definitely take that to heart because you definitely want to have a good experience. If you have a good agent that has your back when you're buying a house, that's the whole purpose of hiring an agent. When you try to do a for sale by owner and go out on your own, you don't know what to look for. And your agent is going to have good people like myself, home warranty, like Spencer, a good home inspector. Want to make sure you have a good home inspector, right? So, guys, choose Area May. She's awesome. Enough said. Drop the mic. All right, back to home warranty. Um, with the First American, our Eagle Premier $695 is a good mid-tier plan. It covers literally everything. But what does it not cover? If you the Eagle Premier does not include the pool, the swimming pool. It doesn't include a well, a septic, or a roof. All those coverages can be added to the plan, but they come at an extra cost. So, for example, for us to cover a swimming pool, it's $200 added to any plan. A roof is $100. A septic is $75. A well pump is $85. And you're like, what is he talking about? Well and septic. What is that? If you buy a house that's not in the city limits, then to get that water to the house, you have to have a septic, a well pump, right? So if you buy a house out in the country, you're more than likely going to have a well or a septic. But if you buy a house in the city, you don't need well and septic coverage. So that Eagle Premier at $695 is going to cover everything. When you file a claim, we have a service fee. Our service fee is $95. Now, one thing that's really special and nice about First American is, let's say you're like, is that $95 per claim? Yes, sort of. So if you have a leaking faucet upstairs and a leaking water heater, that is one plumber coming to the house. You can have two items on one claim. So if you have a dishwasher that's leaking and your refrigerator's not cooling the proper way, you can file one claim at First American and have both those items checked when the serviceman comes out and pay one service fee of $95. So that's something that we do differently than all the other warranty companies. Our service fee is $95. Now, people all the time say, is that all you pay? Yes and no. Check this out. The only two claims at First American that we're going to ask for more money are the two big ticket items. The Area already mentioned people want to get covered for big ticket items. What do you think those big two ticket items are? It's your air conditioner and your water heater, right? Do you know that today, in this day and age, to replace a 50-gallon gas water heater, which is what most homes have in this area, is about $2,000. With First American, you pay your $95 service fee, and we have non-covered modifications, and it's about $700 to get that water heater replaced. Isn't $700 way more attractive than $2,000? Yes. But we even have a coverage that goes further than that. If you get the Max plan, which is what Area puts on every single house that she sells, isn't that right, Area? The Max plan. Yeah. Area always puts the Max plan. You know why? Because she's a good agent. She wants her buyers to have the best coverage. Guess what? If that water heater goes out, you only pay $95 for that water heater. None of the other companies have that coverage. We're the only ones that have that coverage. So all the other claims that you file besides the water heater and an air conditioner, it is only $95. If we cannot repair that refrigerator, you will only pay $95 for that new $3,000 GE Whirlpool refrigerator, right? Sometimes I get questions and they say, hey, I've got a KitchenAid refrigerator and it costs $5,000. Are you guys going to replace my KitchenAid refrigerator with a KitchenAid? The answer is no. In every home warranty limits the liability section of their contract, it does state that we do not match brand for brand. But what it does state is we match feature for feature. So if you've got a double ice maker, a water with a filtration system, when we offer that replacement, it's going to have those options. Now, if you have a high-end fridge, you're like, well, if I don't get a KitchenAid, what do I get? GE Profile, which are still super nice, but those are the higher end appliances that we replace with. And if you're like, I don't want a GE Profile, you want to know something beautiful about First American that a lot of warranty companies are not doing? We still give cash for a cash out. And you're like, what in the world is he talking about? Guys, if we can't fix your KitchenAid and you want another KitchenAid and you don't want our replacement, which is a GE product, then you can say, I want a cash out. We will give you money for what your refrigerator is worth so that you can take that money and put it towards the cost of whatever and however you want to use that money for a new kitchen fridge. That is really valuable this day and age. A lot of warranty companies are getting away from the cash out option because they don't want to give out cash. First American has stood by this product for over 50 years. What else, Aria?
Tell them about that, the rekeying when they purchase for the new buyers, when they purchase a home, they can get the rekey.
Yeah, so we have a rekey. Guys, to get your home rekeyed nowadays, that's where someone comes out and changes all the locks. That's about $250 to $350, depending on how many doors or cylinders you have. At First American, when you close on your home, the very first thing you should do is file a claim, pay you $95, and get your house rekeyed. We cover up to 6 locks, 4 sets of keys. So people say, what do you mean 6 locks? Well, you typically have a front door, back door, and a garage door, and it's usually 2 doors. We cover all that. So they're like, what do you mean 6 locks? If it is a keyhole, we cover 6 keyholes, if you want to think of it like that. For $95. And I have people all the time say, well, I want my garage code reprogrammed. I want my garage door opener reprogrammed. They will do that. For $15, they will reprogram your garage code or reprogram your transmitters. I use Memphis Pop-A-Lock. I've been using them ever since I started. I've never had a complaint. That you file the claim, they drive their van to your house, they knock on the door, they grab your keys, they go out to their van in your driveway, and they do this on site. It's a mobile rekey service. It is one of our best things at First American. What else do you think, Aria?
I think that's good. You covered a lot, so that's it. And I recommend the First American Home Warranty. I have a home warranty on my home, and when things have broken down, I've had my refrigerator replaced, my washer replaced, my microwave replaced. They repaired my garage door. And in reference to the rekeying, when I bought my house, I did not have a home warranty on my house, and I literally paid $600 for a locksmith to come and change my locks, and that was 20 some years ago. So I'm sure it's much higher now. So to have that fee when you're purchasing a new home for $95, to be able to have your locks changed and know that you're the only one that has the key to that house is a very good peace of mind.
Well, thank you for having me on today, Aria. Like I said, guys, Aria is an awesome realtor, and you've done a good job of being on this call or listening to this recording. Thank you so much, Aria.
Steph, you're welcome. Steph, you want to give them your phone number just in case they want to call you?
Yeah, or do you just want to put it in the chat?
Yes, I can access it in the chat.
All right, 901-282-6273. If you're not buying a home right now, give me a call. I got monthly plans as low as $55 a month. Or you can get the best plan, the max plan, for $75 a month. But very, very affordable.
Good. Thank you, Steph. Thank you so much, Steph.
All right. Good day. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay, you all, we do recommend that you all get a home warranty if you currently own your home or if you purchase a home warranty will help save you some money, especially in these day of time when everything, the prices of gas and everything is going up, and even with appliances, this thing that's going up. So it'll help you to save money if something break down. So it's a good peace of mind that you can get for as low as $65 or $75 per month. So we highly recommend it. Our next guest is Ernest Spencer, and Mr. Spencer has been a home inspector for over 9 years. He's here today. He just recently got his appraisal license. I am so excited about that because I don't know if you all know, but we very seldomly see us as appraisals. I've been selling real estate for the past 18 years, and I've only seen 3 African Americans. So we really do really are excited about him getting his appraisals license. So he's a home inspector. What he does, he dissects houses when you get ready to buy the house, and he's going to go into details about that. And being an appraiser, what he does is that he helps you to tell you, the lender, what's the value of your home. And then not only that, I believe that he's a termite inspector too, and he's a new construction inspector. So he has a lot of hats on, and he does excellent service for our community. He's one of the best home inspectors. So we highly recommend that if you need a home inspector, if you need an appraisal, if you need a termite inspector, call Spencer. Okay, Mr. Spencer, I'm gonna let you talk for a while and then I'll get back on, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, Area.
You're
Again,
welcome.
my name is Spencer Ernest. I'm the owner of A Central Inspections and Appraisals. I've been in business for a little over 9 years now. I have two other inspectors that works with me as well. Brian Chester has been with me for 8 years, and Emil Brinson, this is his first year. We do areas of coverage. We do Tennessee and Mississippi. Again, we inspect new constructions homes in Mississippi and Tennessee. But as Area was mentioning, to do new construction in Mississippi, you have to be a licensed contractor, which I am. We also do termite letters in Tennessee and Mississippi. Um, when I first started out on this journey of starting this business, something that was really, really important to me was continuing to educate myself in these fields. So, in this 1 decade that I've been in business, or not, I'm sorry, it's been studying for the business, I would say at least a decade, I've continued to educate myself in this field. So, I actually never stopped. And as Ari mentioned to you, the appraisals that I'm doing, that was a process that took about 2 years. But we're really, really excited about these next adventures into that market as well. Another thing that's very important to me, aside from being a successful businessman, is like mentoring our youth. And it's important to me for this next generation. I want us to get some appraisals that don't have to be, I want them to be a lot younger than me when they get into the field. I would like for them to get into the field in their 20s. And as opposed to me, I got a birthday coming up soon, March 29th. I'll be 59, and I want them to get into it, when they're 20, and maybe by the time they get my age, they can do more mentoring and things like that. I think it's really, really important for this next generation that we coming out. They can get into these industries. I would like to give my contact information as well. And I know she'll put it on the chat as well. But you can reach me if you want to schedule an inspection or an appraisal at 901 800 6807. And we have an email. You can email us info at Spencer at acpinspection.com. Let's kind of go back to the inspections, and because a lot of people want to know some of the questions that I would want to know is, what do we inspect? There's 7 major categories that we inspect on a home. That would be your roofing system, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, interior, exterior, and the structure. And so what we do on an inspection is, keep in mind, those are the 7 major categories, but we'll be inspecting the property, We look for defects, and if we find a defect, we'll take a picture of that defect and put it in your report. And then we'll tell you what the defect is, number one. We'll tell you the implications of the defect, like why does it matter? And then we'll recommend what you should do about the defect. Have a qualified roofer or an electrician, etc., to evaluate it. Um, our reports are all on software that we can give to you right away. So we can publish this information to you. There's no wait time. You can get the information right away. And we're also available for follow-up calls. And I do recommend that because sometimes, the general public, they don't really understand the nuances of, hey, what does this really mean? And we can kind of go into more detail and discuss those things, so I do highly recommend, a follow-up conversation with clients and kind of walk them through exactly what we were seeing and how we were feeling about issues. Um, and then, as a part of it, the services will do termites. For some people need termites. If you do, we do provide termite letters. That's on a need basis. So we don't just do termites when we schedule a regular home inspection. We'll inquire about it, and if you choose to have one, we can do that at the same time. And what we're looking for there is, do we see any signs of live termites? Do we see any signs of previous termite damage? And all those will be indicative of you needing to have a treatment plan in place. So we don't provide the treatment portion of it, but we know people that do, and you can kind of look around for companies that will come out, and generally they'll put you on like a yearly subscription type deal where they'll come out once a year, check your property for termites, and see if any treatments were necessary. That's that portion. Um, Again, on new construction, there's just kind of, a lot of people sometimes thinks that though they're not required on new construction. And one of one of the first early on in my career, I had a lady that she wasn't, very keen on getting an inspection on new construction. However, the agent talked her into it. And as soon as I got up on the roof, I noticed that there was a hole in the roof, which is not normal, but typically what happens is, you got a contractor or roofer doing something. They may have thought they completed it and went to lunch, as I always say. And then when you come back, you start another process of working on things, and it's probably just something that was overlooked. However, those things can happen. And we, got to keep in mind that we are humans building these homes and making these repairs. And humans are not perfect, as we know. So we want someone independent like myself to come in and evaluate it and give a independent view of these homes. And so that's what my company does. Um, in the appraisal, again, this is early on in my appraisal career. So I'll have to come back with area and let you guys know how that's going. But we're very excited about it. Um, I will say that generally they've had like three ways to become appraisers. Uh, One way was the original way was kind of like you follow a mentor appraisal around for 1,000 hours. And that model didn't really work too well for me that owns a company and trying to keep abreast of what I'm doing in my company. So that one wouldn't work really well. They also have another way that you can become an appraisal. It's called PARIA program, and it's a national program that you can do. Majority of it can be done. In fact, all of it can be done online. So you'll have mentors and instructors that will conversate with you online and kind of give you a synopsis of overall work, and you kind of work through it on your own time frame. And then finally, the program I took was Mississippi has a new program that's getting national attention. In fact, my instructor, a lady named Melissa Bond, has been to Congress, and a lot of other states are wanting her services. In fact, my class was three. people from the state of Mississippi, but 14 of my other classmates was from the state of West Virginia. And so she's training all us, via online, kind of like what we're doing now. We go on here and we study Monday through Friday for an hour, hour and a half. And then occasionally we meet on the grounds. But this is a lady that's been very successful in her career. She's very hands-on. And so this approach worked very well for me. Um, Being in the generation I am, I'm not a computer genius, so to speak. And she could walk me through things. That other program, they just kind of throw it out there at you, and if you stuck for hours, there's no one to kind of consult. And like, hey, I'm stuck right here. You get back with a guy 2 or 3 days later. That didn't work too well for me, but her program has been very successful. She's doing it now. She's other states like Texas. She's had conversations with Tennessee. A lot of them are getting her services because we need a lot of new appraisals out here, and we need some diverse appraisals out here. We need appraisals. And one of my big things I always say is, like, when I come appraise your home, you don't have to take your photos down. you know, you can leave them up there. You don't have to whitewash the home. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't factor in on my valuation, and it shouldn't factor in on any valuation. But that was just some of my perceptions. Ari, can you think of anything else that I could share with them?
I can't think of anything else, but I wanted to tell the ones that's listening that if you purchase a home, be sure to get a home inspection. It is not mandatory, but we highly recommend it. And you want to call Mr. Spencer if you want to get your home inspected. If you buying a new construction, he specializes in that. And of course, like he said, he's an appraisal. So he has a lot of hats that he's wearing, but he's wearing them out in the community, helping us and being there available for us. And he's a very good, thorough inspector. So I highly recommend him. I do recommend that if you purchase a home again, do not purchase a home without getting a home inspection. And also, if you want to put your house on the market and you want to have an inspector to come and check it out before you put it on the market, he's available for that. So home inspections vary in price. It could be anywhere from $400 to $500, or depending on the size of the house. And they do go by the square footage, but that is some money well spent. Like he said that he was on the roof of one house and there was a hole in the roof. That's something that would be very crucial for someone that's purchasing a home, and that was a new construction. I've been at a new construction site, and the inspectors found out that there was no insulation in one side of the attic. So they go into very deep details of dissecting your house, checking it out very thoroughly. He provides you a report, and then also he said that if you wants to talk to him anytime after that, he's available to talk with him so he can go over the report with you. And those are some important factors when you're purchasing a home, so you can understand and know what you're buying. So again, if you need a home inspector or appraisal, be sure to call Mr. Ernest Spencer.
I would like to also share that if you're interested in this industry, to give me a call. If you're interested in being an inspector or an appraiser, I have positions at my company, but you can start your own company just as I did. And I don't mind sharing information. One thing I didn't like, when you get into certain fields, some people feel competitive and they don't want to share stuff with you. I have no problem sharing information for this next generation. So, again, reach out for me that if you got questions, because I entertain those as well.
And that is very powerful that he's asking young people to come to him if they want to be mentored or want to have an interest in being an inspector and an appraisal. Come and talk with him. So that is very, very good. And it can be whether you are male or female. You can be an
Absolutely.
inspector or an appraisal. So we highly recommend if there's any young people that's listening online and may be interested in pursuing that career, be sure to call Mr. Ernest Spencer. Okay, we're going to open it up for questions before we log off and see if anybody has any questions. Do you have any questions for me? Or do you have any questions for Mr. Spencer?
When you can have a home warranty. For instance, you may be in your house for 20 years. Can you still get a home warranty?
You absolutely can. Anyone that has a home can buy a home warranty, and I highly recommend it. I've been in my house for about 23 years, and I still got a home warranty on my house. So if anything breaks down, I'm calling the home warranty company. I highly recommend that.
So would they do an appraisal before they give it to you, or you just purchase it straight out?
You'll just purchase it straight out. Now, keep in mind with the home warranty is covering all your mechanical things like your heating, electric, plumbing, air conditioning, hot water heater, and things like that. They're not looking at the age of your house. That doesn't cover the roof. So those are things that would be on your homeowner's insurance. But your mechanical things is what's being covered on the home warranty, even your existing appliances.
So the cost of this home warranty, is it gonna be based on anything? Or you just have set, they just have set policies, like you may get a $55 policy, you may get $100 policy, and it just covers like that?
Yes, he have
That-
different prices for them. Their deductible is the same, but the price is
Okay.
gonna vary from $600, $695, I think is the less expensive, up to $835. And what he mentioned is that when I write up a contract, I ask for the maximum amount for my clients so that they can be sure that they're getting a maximum amount of coverage and have to come out of pocket with less money, and that's about $835.
And that's per year you pay that?
That's correct. Or you can do it on a monthly basis.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
great. That's
Oh, yeah,
great.
absolutely. I highly recommend it. Did anyone else have any questions? Okay, Thomas, you want us to log off or remain online just a little while longer?
If you guys have any final comments or you want to drop your information again to everyone, we can do that and then we can just sign off for today.
Okay, I'm gonna let
I would like to know what are our interest rates doing these days?
interest rates is about 5.95, 5.75, and 6%, just depending. But they're staying, they're not going up right now. They're staying about the same rate. So it's not so tremendously bad. Of course, it's not what it was a few years ago, not in the threes, but then the threes was abnormal because that was just a historical moment. So we're really in the norm now. So about 5.75.
And credit scores still require about 630 and above,
Yeah, 620 and above.
620 and above.
Yeah.
And then I asked this question last month, and it was to, if you consolidate your bills and you have only one payment, that would help with your credit score, right?
I'm sure it will because you'll be paying off some of your debt. So yes, that should increase your credit score.
And won't hurt it. I mean, because sometimes they say you pay it down instead of paying it off. But in this case, if you have 4 or 5 credit cards, you might just want to pay them off and have that one bill, right?
You want to pay them off. Now it's good to pay them off, but don't close an account.
Don't
So
close.
right.
Okay.
So when you close an account, it can hurt your credit score. But if you're paying them down or even leaving just a really small balance, that's what's good because what the credit factors that determine what your credit score is that you got available credit, but you're not using it. So
Mhm.
having a lower balance and not using your credit cards as often and keeping your balance below 30% is what help improve your score. But when you max out the credit cards, it does bring down your credit score.
Okay.
Or
Gotcha.
consolidating them, that's a good thing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Let me ask a question. If you you don't close up the credit card, close out the credit cards yourself, and the company does after no use after a certain period of time, do that lower your credit score?
I can't say that would hurt your credit score, but it's not. It wouldn't be good. But you have no control that when they disconnect it. After because you're not using it. So I can't really say that it would hurt your credit score. But for sure, don't call them and ask them to close your account.
How many accounts is considered too many? Credit cards or installment, whatever. How many is considered too many?
I can't say how many is too many, but what they want to see when you're purchasing a home, they want to see that you got at least 3 accounts open.
Okay.
So at least 3 open, but so I can't say whether you have 4 is that too many because if you're still in good standing and you got a low balance, you still maintain a good credit score.
Okay. So it's all about the balance and okay.
hmm
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we're gonna ask Mr. Spencer to give his contact information again.
Absolutely. And Area, first, I'd like to thank you for inviting me. I could talk about this subject all day long. I really enjoy it. But my company is A Central Inspections and Appraisals. The number to schedule is 901-800-6807. And email is spencer@acpinspection.com.
Okay, thanks for that information. And self-information, contact information is Seth Latcher with First American Home Warranty. His phone number is 901-282-6273. And of course, my name is Area Mays, and you all have my contact number, but I'll give it to you again. If you need to reach me, you can call me at 901-335-9324 for any real estate questions that you may have.
I
Hey,
have a
Ms.
quick
Area, there's a
question.
question.
Okay.
This from Ms. Boga. Ms. Boga, you can ask your question.
Okay. I was asking if you own a home and you want to purchase another home, is this going to be a long process, or could you just briefly explain what the process would be?
Okay. It depends on if you own a home and you currently have a mortgage on it. If you currently have a mortgage on it, then that would be a determining factor if you can purchase another home. However,
Okay.
if you don't have a mortgage on it, then of course, yes, you can purchase a second home. It would be it would be a second home without it being investment property or something like that because you don't have a mortgage on it. So the factor is going to be determine that is whether you got a mortgage on the existing house.
So you have to get that sold first.
Not necessarily. You don't have to. If you want to keep it, you can possibly keep it. Now you can buy as many houses as you want. So, if you want to have one house, that's your primary house. If you want to have a second house, it can be a vacation home, it can be investment property. So you don't necessarily have to sell your house. You may want to rent it out. That may be an investment that you want to hold on to for a while. So I would never tell you that you need to sell your house to get a house unless the lender tell you now. Sometime when you go to get pre-approved, the lender may tell you can't have two mortgages if you have a mortgage on that current resident. So it's a determined factor by a lender if you can get that second home and then what your circumstances are.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And I highly recommend investment properties that's a good thing to have. You can have investment properties so that, to help to back up some of your retirement money and things like that. So that may be a conversation that we may want to talk about sometime, is that how to invest into real estate as a residual income.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Miss Mays,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have some property that I need to get switched from my parents' name to someone else's name. Is that hard to do?
I guess it depends on, is your parents still alive?
No, they're deceased.
Okay. Have y'all went through probate or anything?
We have not.
Was there
I
a
was
way?
just kind of trying to feel what all I need to be doing.
Okay. You probably would want to talk with an attorney to see what the circumstances of your parents' resident is, because if you obtained it through inheritance and it has not went through probate, you may have to go through probate, or it may be some other channels that you may need to take care of before you can transfer it to somebody else. So I would recommend talking with a real estate attorney.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question kind of similar. If you have their property and there was a will and all of the children's names were on the will, but when it comes to the taxes, they only put it in one of the children's names. Is that how they do it, or?
It could possibly be done that way, but still, if all the children's names on it, the property belongs to all the heirs.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
thanks.
You're welcome.
How long does it take something to go through probate?
Sometimes probate may take about 6 months. And then immediately after probating and the judge is giving you permission to sell it, then you can sell it.
Oh, wow. If it lasts longer than that, what do you think? There's a problem going on or something?
It could be. A lot of
Oh.
things could be, a lot of factors could be involved in that. Once they get into going into the title search and seeing what's going on, there can be a lot of determining factors.
Okay.
Mhm.
And is it the immediate family? Like, for instance, my grandmother left some property and she only has 2 living children. Would they be considered the sole heirs?
Not
Or still
necessarily.
not?
It could be if there was some more heirs that's deceased, then their children's possibly have an interest in that property.
But who would determine that?
You could talk with an attorney about it.
Attorney. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, is there any other questions? Okay, Mr. Spencer, thank you so much for tuning in with you. And we're going to have you to come back again so you can tell us a little bit more details about the appraisal.
Absolutely.
I am,
Thank you. All
yes,
right.
I'm so
Bye-bye.
excited for you. Okay. And
Thank you.
in my directory, I put appraisal behind your name. I had to give you an additional title, not a new title, but an additional
All
title.
right.
I'm
Thanks,
happy.
Ari.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, you all, thanks so much for tuning in today, and we'll rejoin here again on next month to Let's Talk About Real Estate with Area Mays. If you have any questions after this, feel free to contact me at any time.